Hello there.
Welcome to the Scrapyard. I am your host, BC.
I'm Aladar.
The Savage.
Flaming Beast.
Marvelous Prime.
And this week on the Scrapyard, we will be doing yet another free-for-all. That's right. But before we do that, we got to do Figure Appreciation of the Week. So, who wishes to go first? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. All right. We got our first volunteer. Go ahead, Marvelous.
86 Grimlock is my figure of appreciation week.
Dope.
Okay, well, don't just say it. Explain why.
Well, it's sort of because the reason why is because me, Convoy, and Josh and Aladar actually found him at a convention together, and it's sort of like a memorable piece to me in that sort of way because I found it with these guys over here. So it sort of holds like a special place in my heart, so to speak.
No.
We were happy to be there with you when you found him, too.
Yep.
You're not passing the Spanish,
But that is my reason why.
yeah, I don't think they do.
Very
Also,
nice reason.
If you excuse me, I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right. Now,
You could do that. I would.
let's go ahead and do the Savage.
Ah! My figure appreciation of the week is actually one I have been wanting to put on here for a long time. I don't think I have yet. Probably have, and someone's going to correct me automatically. There's going to be a theme because I'm starting to run out of things I want to appreciate. SH Figure Arts, Kamen Rider Pfizer.
You did not show that one. You showed O's.
I know
Nice.
I showed those, but I didn't know if I showed this one beforehand. This one, in comparison to O's, I'm an O's fan, as you can clearly see with those two belts over there.
Yep.
I like him more. He looks so
But-
much more like Fies in the show than O's does with Bat Figure Arts. Also, this is the 20th
Unfortunately-
anniversary.
Unfortunately, if you want a really good, show accurate O's figure, you have to get the Figure Arts Shinkocho Seiko release.
And that's like over, $100.
Yeah, it's not cheap. All right, here you go.
Oh,
Weirdo.
god damn, I'm ugly.
God damn it, Bees.
I'm so ugly I scared myself.
Katie, can you do us a favor? Smack him, please.
I already did.
Smack him harder.
Don't.
I'll hurt myself.
Okay.
Anyway, this is what do
Miss
you want
Bees.
us to refer to you as? Like your is it okay to refer to her by her YouTube username, or should I?
Just use cat.
I mean,
This is my queen bee's cat.
Aw.
oh.
Anyway, my figure appreciation since I missed out on last week's episode because I had to be an old grandpa and go to bed early because of work. The Transformers Jurassic Park collaborative crossover, whatever. What was this?
Tyrannicon Rex.
Yes, this and JP93. What's he called?
JP93, yes.
Oh, sweet, I got that right. Yeah, I got these from GameStop for $63 before sales tax. Excuse me.
No.
Aladar, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I think this is a really damn good use of the Kingdom Megatron mold.
So the opposite of Beast Force Megatron would be him. So in this case, would he go from yes to no?
Which that begs the question: since all the dinosaurs, at least initially, in the first movie, are female, would Tyrannicon here be female?
Let's not get into that right now.
Yeah. So yeah, really damn good use of the of that Megatron Beast Wars mold, and this whole new figure, whole new mold. It's in the car mode. Obviously, I love the detail. It's pretty easy to figure out to transform like to robot mode and back. It's intuitive, but Yeah, it's intuitive. It's easy but intuitive and fun. And I got it for $63. It was like a flash sale thing going on. I really lucked out.
Flash. Oh.
So yeah, because I missed out on like I said, because I missed out on last week, 2 figures. Figured I'd do the 2-pack. 2 figures, kill two birds with one stone. I'm done.
Aldar, go.
So mine is an appreciation because this is showing what can happen when friends are cool and just want to help you with your collection. So, Classics Optimus.
You're
Nice.
fucking welcome.
Nice, dude.
I goddamn love this. This is my favorite Optimus Prime design from Generation 1. And yes, at some point I'm getting those upgrades.
Hi. How are you?
Hi, Beanie.
So, say hi to the Bean before I do my figure appreciation because this is just going to go to show how awesome friends can also be. Mine is the Gunpla High Grade Premium Bandai White Rider.
Nice.
Ooh.
Nice.
Head is very pointy.
Yeah, that's because the head is a
One.
crown.
I take it that's the one you
One
sent me
of-
an image of.
Yeah, I freaking love this thing. It looks so fucking cool. I especially love the head, the giant cannon, and the fact that you can kind of do a cape thing with this. It's a really awesome cape.
One of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse of the Gundam universe.
So with that said, let's get into the free for all.
So,
Also, real quick. My lady here has Tourette's, so you will hear her like say random things, make random noises. Yeah, just pay no mind to that. It's normal. It's regular. If anyone ever gives her shit for it, any viewers give her shit for it, I swear,
yeah, we
our knuckles will be primed and ready.
are neurodiverse friendly here.
What do you want, Zordon?
That being said, I actually
Florida.
have a pitch for something to discuss with this free for all.
Barbies.
That is, shut up.
Oh, wait.
It was my.
Let him speak.
My fault too.
Franchise staleness. Just when things are so repetitive that they start getting stale. For example, Scooby-Doo or Transformers or Star Wars. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
Nah, there's some things I get stale off of on certain franchises, like I don't know. I'm on a Star Wars vibe right now because of the whole Obi-Wan Kenobi and other sort of things that have been popping up for Star Wars. So I'm glad to be back on that train for a bit. But
Hi.
there are some things that are pretty that tend to make me go, I'll see you later for a bit.
What are some of those things?
Power Rangers, sadly.
Mhm.
There are a lot of shows right now that just don't make sense to my mind.
Fair.
Another one of those things, just as a majority instead of just a series, just anime alone has also been like been stale to me. Like, I don't hate anime, I just like for some reason it's not grabbing me anymore as much as like it does with everyone else.
Fair. Especially with series like Pokemon, I can understand that.
Oh god, with series like Pokemon.
And Digimon.
Digimon is not as bad as Pokemon.
You want to repeat that?
Mm-hmm. That's fighting words, bruh.
That
Did
damn
you-
fighting words.
Digimon's a knockoff of Pokemon, right?
All right, okay, that's it. That's it.
Well, it was nice. It was nice knowing you. Get the fuck out of my show.
That
Get the
being
fuck out of
said,
my show.
that being
Damn, I was gonna
said,
say it's flogging time, but
with all of that being said, does anyone else have any kind of staleness opinions they want to throw out?
I don't know what everybody else speaks before I say anything.
Studio series?
What's stale about it for you?
I would say the lack of okay, when you say stale, you mean like what's putting me at like not collecting it as much?
When I say stale, I mean generally just you're sick of it, you need a change, but it's never going to happen because the vocal majority won't piss off.
Okay. The 86 line I feel like is sort of like overcrowding it, and I feel like they should take a pause, finish the Bayverse and the Bumblebee movie, and then if they want to do the 86 line and let's say Transformers Prime Predacons Rising figures, by all means let them at it.
Now, you do know why 86 figures leaked into it, right?
Oh yeah, I know, because it's a movie.
No, actually, that's not the initial reason. They were all planned for Kingdom, but because Beast Wars testing went down so well and Hasbro kind of fucked themselves, they already had the molds made, so they were just like, oh shit, we have to do this now.
Makes sense.
Thus, the STC infiltrated another line. But I definitely see where you're coming from. They could stand to finish out the cast with those and then go back to the old Precious one.
Yeah.
I would not honestly mind seeing like a studio series insert toy, not toy line, but like show line here, like to tickle his fancy a little bit. Imagine a studio series Cybertron line.
Well, I mean,
Oh.
I would say that, but we're technically getting that with Legacy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just
and plus-
Retroflex.
and plus studio series, studio movies, like the studio series is for like movie stuff.
That's
Fine.
why I sort of pitched in like Prime Predacons Rising, because that would technically count.
By that
No,
logic,
it really wouldn't.
plus by that logic, Transform and Roll Out as well as Transwarped from Transformers Animated would count. And those were just the pilot episodes of the series and the season 3 opener. Meanwhile, Predacons Rising was the series finale to Prime.
Which that, unfortunately, wasn't supposed to be the series finisher.
No. But I definitely see where you're coming from. They could stand to finish everything out that they've already established.
Because I feel like due to the 86 line, like them focusing on the Dinobots and stuff like that, yeah, that's good, but we probably could have had the Fallen by now if it wasn't for those Dinobots.
We're not getting the Fallen. I'm going to keep saying it. We're not going to get it.
I don't
Let it
know,
die.
man. I
Let
don't
it
know,
die.
man. I mean,
If we were to get a figure of the Fallen for the studio series line, my question is, would he even transform? I mean, obviously, a Transformers figure that doesn't transform. I mean, yeah, he never transformed in the movie, but at the same time, if he wouldn't transform, what would his gimmick be?
well, I mean, then again, you got to think of like those Bumblebee movie characters. Like some of them didn't transform in the movie.
Concept
Now,
art.
let me pitch this real quick. What size class would he be? Would he be leader class or would he be leader class?
I see your point there.
Plus,
I think it'd be leader class, and
Mm-hmm.
But
As
also
well?
leader class or leader class?
I know exactly. I would have said leader class because I would have said that, but I meant leader as in traditional leader class.
Yeah.
So, Hasbro, if you're listening, if you give us Studio Series The Fallen, give him a removable face, please.
so I think it's also worth pointing out you'll get G1 purists loving this Prime before you get the leader class Fallen for Studio Series.
Well, I imagine we'll probably get them in some capacity, inevitably.
Third party is pretty much the only way to go there because they're not going to do it. As Marvelous pointed out, they have been focusing more on the Sacred one with the Dinobots and stuff like that. So we're most likely just going to keep getting 86 figures with a few different things sprinkled in just to tickle everyone else and tease them.
Also, speaking of the Dinobots, which of the Dinobots did not appear in the 86 movie?
They all did, but Snarl disappeared partway through.
Okay, so would
Guys?
we actually...
I smell something. I smell a meltdown. All right, buddy, you got 3 minutes. Starting now.
So, bouncing off of what I was just saying with focusing on the Precious one, does that mean that we're just going to be stuck with countless redos of those as well? Because the 86 Jazz has clear plastic on his back that's eventually going to just shatter. You already had a pretty good original Jazz toy with Spec Ops, so out of here with that shit. And quite honestly, things have reached the point where if you're going to keep your Precious toy commercial shit coming out, it better at least go back to this, because this was at least tolerable. Good quality, different enough designs to be new while still updating the originals. Not to mention the upgrade kits that came out. You got one for Prime here that answered where the hell does his trailer go, as well as an additional one that was basically a Diaclone reference. Give us shit like that back rather than flat nose, when you're going to be super anal about butt kibble. Seriously, those things should come off apparently, so piss off. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, this is not your franchise, it's Hasbro's. Let them get back to experimenting so maybe they can make a profit somewhere else. Same goes to Star Wars fans, not your franchise. It was initially George Lucas's, and you people made him hate it. So I hope you're proud of yourselves. The sequel trilogy, your fault. To the point where Kylo Ren was them putting a mirror in your faces and saying, "This is you, bitches." So let's see, what else? Oh, Power Rangers fans, stop hating RPM. It's not the worst thing ever. That goes to Jungle Fury. What else? I don't really have much else to say than just if you can't move on from the original of something without giving something else a chance, you have no foot to stand on, so get the hell out of here. That's basically where I'm going. Now, of course, Jungle Fury is better than Megaforce, but that's not by much. But with all that being said, I don't have much else to say. How much time do I have?
15 seconds.
Fuck all you purists, I guess. Give something else a chance or get out of here, yada, yada, yada.
Time's up.
Yeah.
Time up.
So, yeah, I feel he made some pretty solid points there.
Would anyone like to dispute any of them?
There we go.
Hey, Dino's not here. We don't have anybody disputing you.
But I mean, legitimately, would anyone like to discuss any of those with me? Because I'm willing to do that.
I'm pretty sure everybody here basically agrees with you, but, I mean, for the sake of discussion, I mean, we can also bear in mind, as much as you are sitting there shitting on so many of these different fandoms, remember, I did tell you something today.
Yeah? I don't remember what exactly, but you did tell me something.
It was either today or last night. Basically, we all know how Bandai is.
Yes, you did tell me about that today. Bandai is willing to fucking experiment. They do cater to some level to those RX or nothing motherfuckers, but at the same time, they're just like, yeah, we're going to keep experimenting and seeing what we can do here. We're going to improve designs, shit like that, right? Grow a pair of bearings, Hasbro. Do that. You're going in the right direction, releasing Override and Metroplex, but at the same time, how long is that going to last before everything else just goes back to being assimilated?
Okay. Well, here's the thing. I'm going to answer you with a question.
Hmm?
How would you run Hasbro? Marvel just popped up like, woo!
So, how I would run things is I would keep the generations line around, right? But I would actually make it generations, plural. I would put multiple things in there, keeping the sacred stuff in there, but not as much. I'd put RID 2001, Beast Wars, UT, Animated, Prime, all of that. Faithful to their designs, but updated.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Marvelous.
So you would go Thrilling 30 style, pretty much.
Yes, basically. Except
And you
for
know? And I like
Hi.
I wasn't done.
That's
with
for me. That's for me. Hi.
Before I lose my train of thought, I wasn't done with what I was saying. For cases like Armada Starscream, I'd make sure he actually came with Swindle. He might not have the whole spring-loaded gimmick thing, but I'd at least make sure he was included. So, Bees, what were you going to say?
long roll. Okay. I like your idea. In fact, I feel like the Generations line was a good way to introduce people to new characters, whether it be like from like new other franchises you haven't seen before. Hang on. What's up?
Getting cookie in my hair.
Oh, I'm sorry. Anyway, yeah, whether it be a character from the same franchise, like G1 or whatever, that you might have forgotten about or didn't know about, or characters from a franchise you never watched, and you see that figure, you're like, that looks pretty cool. I'll buy it. You buy the figure, and you're like, okay, I think let's give the show a try. And you watch the show he came from, and you get into that show, thus expanding the fandom.
Okay, but
I actually have Legacy Metroplex pre-ordered on Amazon. I have that. I've only seen like bits and pieces of some Unicron trilogy shows, and I am still wanting to make an effort to get into it. So I'm hoping that I can get into it at all, so that way I can actually justify pre-ordering Metroplex.
So, two things. First off, I will genuinely sit through and watch all of that with you if you want, and BC was trying to say something.
well, see, here's the thing. I don't think he answered the question really. How would you run Hasbro? Like, if putting yourself in that seat, how would you handle Hasbro? How would you do the toys? How would you handle the media? How would you do it all?
Savage?
Matter of fact, just to ensure it's not a meltdown,
Okay.
just to ensure he gets the stage.
Okay. Well, how I would run it would be something that's like that, Thrilling Thirds, but instead of having to deal with consistent backlash, how I'm going to run it is produce the figures, sell them at a low, not obviously a too low of a budget. Like, let's say back to the original $18 per deluxe,
Right?
and sell them at the $18 a buck per deluxe, and whatever the hell the other ones were.
Mm-hmm.
If I get some backlash on the media, I will read it, learn from it, try to at least make some correct changes on it, and instead of dishing out, hey guys, look, I got a new product. Arm falls off.
You would basically, instead of going for the quantity, you would immediately go for the quality.
Yes, which is what every major company should be focusing on instead of the quantity.
That's kind of unspoken with me, but yes, quality does matter. You can't have your figures falling apart after 2 days or yellowing after a week.
I would also make sure that there would be less GPS, less possible ways of this figure breaking as soon as you touch it. Like, I would rather you enjoy the thing for more than a day than have it turn into dust like a Thanos snap into fucking dark.
There's a reason stuff like this still lasts.
As a example of Exhibit A, as I'm pointing to Marvel vs. Prime's Legacy figure. That one broke upon almost impact. Exhibit B, that's Armada, right?
Yes, Armada Blur.
Armada Blur. Fucking still in one piece.
Yes, he's got a little bit of flop to him, but he can still stand.
The flop is more worth it than, an arm popping off just because you wore it out.
On top of that, he has withstood a lot of stimming from me, so let that say something.
Not only that, but I'm not sure if it's supposed to do this or not.
That is actually part of the function.
Oh, well, I'm just saying that shouldn't be a part of the function. It should just be able to stay on.
What? Parts forming? Shut.
Your sacred originals.
You're not Emgo. Shut up.
Seriously, though, your precious originals did parts forming. Shut the fuck up about it.
Okay, Ezra?
Bees.
Bees, sorry. I keep doing that. I'm so sorry.
You're spoiling my identity.
Ah, shut the hell up.
Anyway.
Just defeated the whole purpose of having a secret identity. Anyway. Okay, how I would run Hasbro. I like Aladar and Savage's ideas. Diversity and variety and quality over quantity. And for me, I would also like to do some re-releases of vintage figures, like what they've done with the vintage G1 toys. I love that. I guess it just started losing steam after like a while because like a lot of the G1 reissues just weren't flying off the shelves as well as they thought. Optimus Prime was a notorious shelf warmer because he was $50 and did not come with the trailer. The trailer would have justified the $50 price tag. Heck, maybe like coming with like his Energon axe. That's just Prime. And a die-cast Matrix of Leadership. That would have justified the price a little bit, not by much. I mean,
done more.
Yes, BC.
I want to make a point. He paid for that.
Yes, I did. And you want to know why?
Lessons learned. That's all I'm saying on it. Fact is, they did get their money for it. That's all I brought it up for. You may continue, Bees.
Okay, so adding some accessories, like I don't know what all kind of accessories you could add to a vintage G1 toy and still have it be vintage G1 without it just being like you're adding too much new stuff to it. I don't know, like the $50 point is the $50 price tag for a figure that's like deluxe class size, basically, with die-cast parts. It's just, I'm glad I waited until he went on clearance. I mean, yeah, the price was still a little high when he was on clearance, but I was not going to pay $50 for it. I feel like just, there were some figures that were more popular than others, but there's still some that were still shelf and peg warmers, like the second wave of the mini bots or mini cars, whatever they're called. Yeah, those were a nightmare. In fact, I stumbled, like that second wave of the mini cars, I stumbled upon by sheer dumb luck. Because I never found them at any Walmart after that. Yeah, and then like I guess it just seemed to like just lost steam and then just fizzled out because the last like I think it was 2020, the beginning of 2020, we got the re-release of Astro Train, and then in about August, that's when we got Blaster, and then just poof, I was disappointed because I wanted more from that. I wanted more from that line. And then this, last year and this year, they're doing vintage Beast Wars figures, which I loved. I'm able to get figures I never got to own or even, play with, which I do own an original Beast Wars Megatron toy. He's only missing one of his little anchor-shaped hip missiles. But other than that, it was in good condition. I bought the vintage reissue because I wanted to see how different they were, and the only difference is just paint apps, really. But yeah, I love those, and I know Beast Machines is not a very popular show or toy line, but I think it would be nice if they were to re-release a few figures from that line, the ones that weren't, simply put. Which, honestly, that's just slim pickings. There's some figures that are really good, some that are complete shit. But still, it would be nice to be able to get some vintage re-releases of Beast Machines. They got to be strategic about it. See which ones were more popular.
Ultra Class Cheetor.
No.
And Ultra.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want to get my hands on one. I used to have one as a kid, and I absolutely freaking loved it.
Yes, Savage?
This is slightly deterring from what Bees said, but I just now had a thought. If they're doing this whole vintage line thing, and I don't know if it's actually blowing the bank for Hasbro right now, but if it does go off and they actually make another vintage line, I'm going to start tickling fancies and say possible suggestions of vintage ones they could make. For example, 2001 RID.
That's what I was actually about to get into.
Or in my case,
Transformers Prime.
Unicron Trilogy.
I was going to say Unicron Trilogy, but precisely Cybertron and Armada. Oh, please. They're probably not listening because, they hate people who pray, but please.
Also,
yes, Cybertron. I definitely want a vintage Cybertron line because I've never watched Cybertron. I've seen maybe one or two scenes from it or something, but I want that Optimus Prime figure. I love his design. I need it.
It's worth pointing out also, Prime is not technically old enough to be considered vintage.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, give it at least 5 more years.
I would say 3.
Oh, I have the original Cybertron Optimus Prime.
I hate you.
Well, big whoopie-doo.
You want me to go grab it right now?
Please
No.
don't.
Congratulations. You want a cookie?
I'm serious. Please don't. We're going through a living hell on Earth trying to piece one together. It just feels like salt on the wound.
I'll
Yeah.
be right back.
Don't, actually.
I was going to say, if he does, send him to the Shadow Realm.
Oh, I will. I won't hesitate, and he knows that.
That being
Okay, so,
said,
yeah, I definitely want an eventual vintage Transformers animated line because they're figures from that line that I want so bad. Okay, I have a good chunk of figures from the line over there, but there's some figures I was late for the party. There's so many figures that I wanted to get but missed out on. I want Samurai Prowl. God damn. That was nasty. Got so many figures. I don't have the time to name them off right now, but yeah, I want a vintage line of that.
a figure that could do with a re-release with better plastic is Swindle from Animated.
Oh yes.
Mans has a point.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I'm a very nostalgic person, so that's how I would run Hasbro. With I like doing what you, Aladar and Savage suggested. on how you would run. Ooh, I love that figure. I love Waspinator from Animated. But I'd also pump out some nostalgia, vintage oriented stuff. Re-releases, reissues.
So, Marvelous, how would you do things?
For Hasbro.
Yes, if you were running the joint.
If you were the head honcho of whoever does the Transformer toys section, how would you run it?
How would you run that bitch?
First off, I would try and fix the Masterpiece line. And
You can't do that. You got to run Takara to do that.
Yeah, that's a tack
fun.
Nut has.
I feel like
Doesn't it-
Masterpiece has lost its touch. Since
That's still Takara. You have to own Takara as well, but they
Yeah,
don't own
they-
Takara.
This is strictly Hasbro.
okay, so it's strictly okay. Then what I would do the vintage stuff like you guys said, but I feel like maybe making the vintage lines focus more on the anniversary style stuff. Like, let's say, for example, Cybertron's anniversary or whatever happens, and then boom, release all the main characters again, right?
Okay.
Just for the vintage anniversary. Or let's say Transformers Prime becomes 20 years, and there you go. You know, we release the first edition Optimus Prime and Bulkhead, and then the rest of the cast. And then animated, we do like basically the original cast, and then but in their latest form, pretty much.
You done?
Pretty much.
Okay. Aladar pretty much already knows exactly where I'm going with this. Because you know, look at this big old fucking stupid ass grin he's got going on over here.
Stupid agree.
He knows exactly where I'm going with this. So here's the thing. Who here remembers the classics line? The line that Prime comes from specifically.
Don't I?
I
No, I don't.
I remember it only from just what I've heard about it from other people and from what I've read on TF Wiki. I was never exactly aware of the toy line.
Question. I was just going to ask a quick question. Would the triple changer high octane count or no?
That was Universe 2.0.
Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
To ensure you fucks do not cut me off again, what I would do is, with that Prime as my example, I would take the classics line and I would have pushed the agenda with it. I wouldn't have just released the first couple waves of toys and then called it a day and then just called it a line. No. I would have gone the full mile. I would have released as many characters in that line as possible. And I would not have stopped. What I would end up doing is I would do a whole bunch of different ideas, because that's what the classics line was supposed to be. A reinvention of the classic look. I would definitely stay within nostalgia, but I would give it my own tweak with the classics aesthetic. So, you know how we basically got all three Seekers as classics figures? Well, guess what? Now we would see a proper Sunstorm, or do a whole what if idea with like triple changers and shit. do a 3-pack with all 3 of the triple changers. By the way, I would actually price them at their original retail prices too. So that Prime, I would re-release it, and I would release it at $20. All the deluxes, I'd re-release them at their $10 price point. I would go back to the original prices. And I dare people to stop me. I dare them.
Double dog dare him.
So, with that said, know how we only got Grimlock in the Classics line, and he was heavily based off of the Pretenders design?
Mm-hmm.
What if the Dinobots were all Pretenders? I would re-release the Grimlock, do 4 completely new Dinobots, completely reimagine as if they were Pretenders, and for the $70 price point, take that extra $20, give them shells. There's so many different things that I can do with it. And so many different things that I wish was done. Because, for instance, I would have loved to see what they could have done with a proper Classics Wheeljack. I'd have loved to see what they could have done with a proper Classics Trailbreaker. I would have loved to see all those characters actually show up. But I'm also being realistic when I'm saying this. Another part of the whole what if idea is, what if the headmasters weren't headmasters? What if they were full-blown characters? Like actual whole robots, not the headmaster gimmick.
Think IDW Chrome Dome.
I also kind of want to take a piggyback off of what his idea was, like the whole vintage anniversary line. I would
done. Another what if idea would have been Fortress Maximus, but not super giant. Like, I would release him at his proper size, but under the Supreme class price point. I would reinvent Supreme class. I would go the extra mile and do new figures for classic characters. For instance, Robots in Disguise 2001. Take those old school characters from those shows, bring them back to the modern age, and update their figures. But go the extra mile, and in specific store-exclusive 2-packs, have a way where you can get both the new figure and the original figure they were based on. That's how I would run Hasbro. Now you may go Savage.
I want to piggyback off of his idea a little bit, because what he said about the whole vintage anniversary line part. I want to do that, but with each anniversary, I don't know if this sounds like it'd be a cheapskate thing, but just to spice it up, I would want to release an exclusive first-time figure that had not been taken off of concept writing. Like figures that have yet been able to be made. Like concept characters that...
Okay, so you would want concept art to become toys.
Yes.
Okay, I see what you're saying. All right. Ooh. Returning comments. Mebius.
Hello.
You mean like Fans Hobbies retakes on Optimus and Megatron from Armada, updating their Armada design? That's basically what I'm talking about, or what we in general have been talking about. Yeah. I would love to be able to do something like that.
Also, just to make sure I'm following entirely, you mean stuff like what Megatron would have looked like in Season 4 of Animated, right?
Yes.
Animated Hotshot.
Yeah.
All these toys that I would have loved to fucking see, and we never got them because fuck you, Cartoon Network.
Animated Mixmaster, too.
Yes, the Constructicons.
Anyways, let's get off this topic for a little bit before my blood really starts to boil.
Yes, we don't want BC's blood to boil so bad that he starts dealing with piss boil.
Oh my.
I'm just confused by that. He just disappeared.
You bitch.
I see you stole my tattoo idea, BC.
Stole.
I was
I stole this.
well,
I stole this.
I was telling Nick that I wanted a tattoo or wait,
Who?
Convoy. I was telling Convoy I wanted a tattoo of the Autobot Elite Guard symbol on this shoulder, right? And then the Prime Dreadwing sort of Decepticon. It was like that special, like, not really Elite Guard symbol. Basically, what BC has, pretty much. But it would have gold and blue on it instead of purple.
Same, my brother. Same. Those updates look amazing. Now I've only got one for Jetfire and Tidal Wave, and have them combined. Then we're talking.
I guess you didn't
I'm
hear
not
the
gonna.
reason.
I'm not gonna say anything live. All I'm gonna say is I know things. I know things
About what?
about fan hobby. I know things.
I thought, isn't that already a leak? I thought, isn't it?
Tidal Wave? They leaked Tidal Wave, I know that.
Yeah, I thought that was a leak already. So I don't know if that would be.
What did I miss?
All I'm going to say is that I know things about other things that are coming that have nothing to do with Tidal Wave and Overload.
Ooh.
Overload.
Overload.
Yeah.
He said Jetfire.
Yeah, he's a Jetfire.
Where did Overload come from?
Overload was teased with the Tidal Wave from
Yeah.
Fan Hobby.
Yeah.
Was he? I didn't. Oh, wait. Was he?
Well, how both of you were sitting there like you stupid ass BC when you weren't even paying attention.
I wasn't paying attention. You don't talk to me.
Who is this motherfucker? I don't know who this is. How did you get in here? What the fuck? How did you get in here?
Fuck you, motherfucker. This is how I got in.
Oh. You
What?
signed your death warrant.
Nice classic cliff jumper, Aldar.
Thank you. Another one courtesy of BC. He also got me the Bumblebee.
Hey, Aldar, out of curiosity,
Huh?
remember when we were at the toy convention and you had Cybertron Mudflap?
Yeah.
Did someone try helping you transform that figure, or was I, like, mistakenly seeing that?
I thought the head was busted, and they were trying to show me that no, it wasn't.
Ah, okay.
Why are you saying oops, our friend?
Yes.
What you do? What you do?
What did you do? It's okay. I only make fun of you just a little bit.
Let's see.
You ain't making fun of anybody, Savage. Shut up.
Savage has had too many energy drinks for tonight.
Don't start.
Do not start. Do not start.
It will not end well.
Because I didn't read the room. No, you're good. You're good. Don't worry about it.
He's
To be
good.
fair,
Mebius. I am the one that's in charge of all these idiots. Okay, you're good. You good.
and all
The
four
only
of us are.
time you will face my wrath is if you're actually in here. So with that said, hi, Vantage.
Hello!
Hi.
Hola, from Canada.
Hey.
Anyways, so yeah, I know things. Nah. Not this time. It's already gonna be chaotic as hell in here.
Yeah.
So yeah, not this time, buddy. But give me next week.
Yeah, maybe next time. With that being said, does anyone else have anything they'd like to go into?
As a matter of fact, I do. Let me ask you something real quick, all right? Why is it that you have to sit here and challenge everyone? Why? What is your deal?
What do we do to you, motherfucker?
What do we do to you? What do we do to you?
To be fair, I haven't challenged Aladar or Beast yet, so.
You were considering it?
The fact that you know what? I'm half tempted to bring Fanpage in here just to ensure that this motherfucker dies from hyperventilation because he's laughing too much.
Nah, don't do that to him yet. Just to show a general point of what BC was talking about earlier, though, here's Classic Grimlock.
Yes. Here. So yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and put Aladar back where he was real quick because I needed to get that one out of my system. So I'm gonna actually bring up that's actually a discussion point. We're gonna move away from Transformers for a little bit. We're gonna go into Power Rangers, and this is actually gonna be a bit of a positive light. Can we talk about the fact that Hasbro did something that none of us thought was possible? They basically sat there and backhanded Bandai of America, not just with better quality toys, but actually listening to the fucking fan base. That's another?
Oh, boy.
I smell another meltdown. Oh, shit. I'm smelling another meltdown. Hi! It's my turn, bitches! So, let's talk about this real quick. So, let's talk about the fact that Bandai of America, what the fuck were you thinking sticking with a age-old fucking toy concept for the Power Rangers when you know damn well the main source of your fucking income came from collectors? So with that said, why the fuck would you think it was a good idea to continue with the muscle aesthetic? Motherfuckers, these aren't comic book superheroes. They never fucking were. Look at them. Look fucking skinny ass Japanese dudes in fucking tights. Make accuracy. Make it. They wouldn't fucking do it. They would not fucking do it. And entirely because of the fact that they would not fucking do it, eventually it led to Hasbro literally having to rip the license straight from underneath them. Because let's talk about the fact that every single year we had to deal with roided out Power Rangers. Every single year we had to deal with bricks for Megazords. Every single year we had to deal with stupid gimmicky weapons. Every single year we had to deal with this. We had to deal with that. It got tiresome. So tiresome to the point where I eventually just said, fuck this. And I got out of Power Rangers altogether. What got me back in? Simple. Hasbro's Lightning Collection line. Their first figure that they showed, which, bearing in mind, this is going back to the whole nostalgia sales thing, but there's a good reason for it this time. You are literally the new holder of the Power Rangers license. You need to be able to sell it like right out the gate to a whole new audience. These are people that they weren't initially sure how they were going to please them. So naturally, where you're going to go to what they care about the most. And in this regard, the Power Rangers fan base cares about respect for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So the first thing that they revealed was Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin White. The very first figure they showed. And guess what? The fan base ate that up. Even I was sitting here like, oh my God, this thing looks amazing. I couldn't believe the fact that the figure looked that good. And then the actual figure itself was the fact that the actual figure itself was straight up just I just lost my fucking train of thought. Well, so much for that.
Meltdown's over.
Yep. So much for that. Thanks! Thanks!
Whoever derailed his train of thought.
Anyway, let's get back to the comment section real quick.
I only have 4 of them, honestly. I have Cliffjumper, Bumblebee, Optimus, and Grimlock. I would love to collect the whole Classics line, though, because at this point, that's the only Sacred Toy commercial stuff I'm willing to put up with.
And this.
That was actually proven innocent.
Yeah, he was actually proven innocent on that. He's not guilty.
What's going on?
There was a controversy with Austin St. John that we don't need to get into right now.
All we're going to say is there was a controversy with him. It got really, really sticky, but thankfully, it all got cleared up.
Okay, cool.
It's good to hear. Also, since it's a free-for-all, and I missed last week's episode, and I really wanted to take part in it, but, obligations. Oh.
Keep
There you go.
going.
Just give me a second,
What?
guys. Keep going, bees.
Would it be okay for me to name off my best moments of Scrapyard? I don't know. I haven't watched.
Go right ahead.
Okay, yeah. If any of these that I'm about to bring up are things that you guys have brought up, I haven't watched last week's episode yet. Oh, somebody's up to no good. Oh wait, never mind.
Keep going,
Anyway.
Rodney.
If what I bring up was already mentioned in the last episode, which I haven't watched it yet, stop me so I don't sound like a broken record. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Definitely want to. I wonder what BC and Aladar are up to. 'Cause I'd like them to be able to hear and take part as well.
They'll get a recap if when they rewatch the stream. It's not like it's not gonna get recorded.
Or if you want to just retell them when before.
I mean, I would also like their input and reactions as well.
Well, I'm sure they're probably still listening anyway, so may as well just say it on anyway.
Okay.
Second in command ruling real quick. So,
Um,
things have been brought up that I'm not going to bring up right now, but basically the next time someone interrupts someone, you're getting kicked for 5 minutes. That's not up for debates. That being said, Bees, I didn't catch all of what you were saying because I was being informed. Did you list any moments off?
Not yet. I wanted to wait until you and BC were back on.
BC is going to be a minute, so you might as well start while it's in your mind.
Okay. All right. So, like I told Mr. Savage, I have not watched last week's episode yet. So, if I bring up a best moment of Scrapyard that you guys have already brought up on my behalf, stop me and I'll go on to the next thing. So I don't, so things don't get redundant. Okay. All right. So, first thing I wanted to bring up about the best of Scrapyard for me was basically when I out-savaged the Savage. Like, okay. This is during the time when I was still wearing a helmet, one of my different various helmets that I wore. And Savage was like, you know what kind of helmet I should wear? Like for these streams? I don't know if they are making it or not, but I interrupted him and said, a paper bag. Everyone about died. And I've replayed that moment several times. I just saw Savage is like, hey buddy, I wouldn't be saying that if I was too afraid to show my fucking face. Just like that look, it's like, And then like to follow that up with the New Year's episode. God, I was so mean to him. I swear. I'm so sorry, Savage. But yeah, like we were doing figure appreciation. BC said, let's start off with bees. And instead of going to me, goes to the Savage. And I say, damn, I've gotten ugly. I couldn't remember what you said, Savage. But yeah, you were, I mean, obviously, yeah, like what we always do on here, we're talking shit. I'm sure what you said was talking shit, but yeah, it was at that point where I did something that was completely unscripted. Something I was honestly entertaining the idea of for a while, but it was at that moment when I decided it just started gathering steam, that idea. And then like towards the end of when we were doing, when I got to my number one best figure of the year, after I finished that, I was like, okay, let's tear that Band-Aid off. That's when I did my live unmasking. That was a huge moment for me because I passed the whole wearing a helmet during the streams thing just like as a gimmick. But to be honest, I was afraid of showing my face online and even in public for about, I think at that point, like almost 2 years. I was cyberbullied, and that's a rant and story I don't want to go into, but let's just say that it resulted in me being very insecure and self-conscious about my appearance. So, yeah, I definitely got a positive reaction from the crew, and that's like as I was making that decision, I realized that if anyone were to try and give me shit for my appearance on the stream, you guys had my back. And so far, I've not received any kind of BS from anyone about my appearance.
That's because you're cute.
Bitch, I'm adorable.
Damn right.
I'm fighting so hard.
Somebody got it. So anyway, with that said, that was the last time I ever, made any ugly jokes to Mr. Savage because I didn't want to like overdo it. I didn't want to end up going overboard with it. And with that said, Mr. Savage, can you get him right next to me, please?
Oh no.
Can you get him right next to me, BC? Savage. I know we were I was just talking shit, just giving you shit. But all the times that I've, like the paper bag joke and the damn I've gotten ugly thing, I just want to say I'm sorry if it hurt your feelings in any way, shape, or form. It's something I've like. I don't know how that kind of thing would have affected you in any way, but just in case it did, even just a little bit, I just want to say I'm sorry.
Your
Everything
discount.
about it is documented.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Too many people talking.
He said it live. It's documented.
Mm-hmm.
Apology said it. You're a discount Obi-Wan Kenobi. Got it.
Discount Obi-Wan Kenobi. Alright, so yeah. Then I guess some of the other the greatest moments of Scrapyard is that's a Tourette's tick, by the way. Just want to let you know. Anyway, the times where this is our little thing between me and BC. I think you know what I'm talking about. Oh, hey, what's up, BC?
Hi. Knock, knock. Who's there? Woo. Nope, no one.
That. It's the whole, and just like all William Shatnering the reaction. Any episode that has happened, that's one of the greatest moments of the Scrapyard for me.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know what's another great one for me?
What?
Or you knew it.
So, what was more?
A, B, or C?
D.
Yes.
Okay, to actually add more effect to that.
Yeah, and I'm like, where did I put my fake crowbar?
It's
Oh,
up your
well.
ass.
Effectively, what I
That's
did,
the first place I checked.
for those who didn't actually see that episode, what had happened was as soon as he said that, I said D, and I went.
Mhm.
Yeah, and the joke was his figure appreciation of the week was Red Hood.
Was
And-
from Knight's Red Hood.
Yes. So I have a fake crowbar from a Joker cosplay that I did, and I I just took that out and was like, which one hurts more? A, B, or C?
D.
So to answer Mibius real quick, what would
He-
your
He's asking if he can list one. Yes. Yes, you may.
I was gonna ask what would they be?
I'm pretty sure you just want to put up a greatest moment that he recalls.
It's okay.
What?
You want to know another really fun?
I'm sorry.
All right. So while we are waiting for a response from Mr. Mebius, one of the greatest moments was the skit that we did. The start of which episode was it?
I don't remember, but we gave credit to that.
Okay, yes, that just oh my gosh, that was definitely freaking great, and I love doing the Lord Zed voice. It hurt like a bitch doing it afterwards, but after I bought that helmet, yeah, I have it up there. That's why I'm pointing upwards. Yeah, I after I got this, I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to do something with this for Scrapyard. I mean, I'm not gonna wear it for the whole stream anymore because it kind of hurts seeing everything in red for like several minutes.
That's why the Virtual Boy failed.
The moment you and I had an agreement about Mega Rangers, knowing I was not the only one that didn't like that.
Ah,
I remember that. That was that I definitely do believe that was the day that definitely cemented you as a frequent viewer of ours, which that's something I kind of forgot to mention last week. Another thing that I tend to appreciate the most about the Scrapyard, honestly, is the community feedback.
Mm-hmm.
The community feedback so far has been great.
Which is amazing considering we have opinions that can piss off the community.
Oh, trust, we pissed 2 people off. Trust that, we pissed 2 of them off.
Good.
One cries like a little bitch. One hides behind a bunch of fucking pictures and thinks he's hot shit. Now realizing that I'm an ex-boxer who was undefeated in his fucking league.
Although, it's kind of funny, there's one motherfucker we haven't seen anything from yet lately, and that is the one who gave you the moniker Butthurt Collector.
I was just talking about him.
Ah.
And again, bearing in mind, he said that solely to piss me off. Did it actually piss me off? No. If anything, he gave me material. So really, who's he fucking over?
Himself.
What kind of
How
material?
can you sit there and be a troll to somebody when they're taking the shit that you're throwing at them as insults and they're using it as material for their own stuff and gaining popularity off of your stupidity?
Yeah.
As the great Gabriel Iglesias made an example of on one of his shows, as he is a great comedian, he also make references of how he does in real life, right? So whenever his wife would go up to go, I think he's going to go, yeah, go on, say it.
That was me.
I'm also kind of the same in that regard too, because I can do exactly the same thing as well, almost. There's an empty space there. I better get down.
You can learn how to roast somehow, right?
I am not aware.
Oh, no,
of
that
who
should just
you're
natural.
speaking of.
That being said,
Oh no.
Oh. What?
I forgot my shower stool.
Are we
This
showing
is not a-
off?
No one's saying anything.
You have a drain stopper?
I don't think this is a moment where Bees needs to be spotlighted.
Just give it a second.
Just
Ladies and gentlemen, my pose for the arc.
Ah, yes, that's one of your proudest accomplishments.
Yes. It was the moment that Bees truly learned. When I say I'm going to pose something for him, let me do it.
Just do it.
damn it, open. Oh wait, wrong reference.
As the great Shia LaBeouf would say, just do it.
He's not great anymore.
In fact, he's psychotic.
That's
The
why they
only
killed him
time-
off in the last night.
The only time he was truly great was when he was on Even Stevens, and even then, he wasn't the best one on there.
I didn't know there was a show called Even Then.
Shut the fuck up. Just
Also, shout out to Bees' setup as a whole. Looks really good.
Yep.
Man, it would suck if that Megazord were to suddenly go jumping off that cliff there.
It's not worth it!
To infinity and beyond.
Oh hell no!
To infinity and beyond.
I want to make a complaint about something. Actually, kind of. It's not
What?
much of a meltdown. I just want to complain.
What?
I don't really care all that much about the MMPR recent movie.
You mean the one from 2017?
Yes, you know why?
Why?
That entire fucking movie was just a gigantic Krispy Kreme donut advertisement.
Because Krispy Kreme is the best. But seriously, not everyone liked it. You're not in the minority there.
Like honestly, like the location of the Zeo crystals was underneath a Krispy Kreme donut shop. How much more of an advertisement can you make off of that? The entire premise was around a Krispy Kreme donut shop. Not entirely. I will take that. I'll accept that, but just that's all it was.
I'm back.
Hello, is the Queen Bees okay?
Yeah, she's having some balance issues, but she'll be good. She'll be fine.
Okay,
I've never
getting
seen
that.
Power Rangers.
Okay. One other thing. Like, again, correct me if you guys have brought this up already last week, but one of my other greatest moments was our rant at Hasbro for the complete bullshit and just fumbling the ball with to avoid any snipe shots to the head. We all know which figure that BC was pissed off about. I was pissed off about the convention exclusive version of Pudgy Pig, which in the live stream they said immediately after this live stream he will be available to purchase. But no, he was available for pre-order. So I was pissed off at that because I had to wait like what, half a year at that point or some shit just to be able to get it. So my response was, it's nothing more than a freaking striptease. So for about, unless I'm mistaken, I believe I counted it, about, thank you, a minute and 47 seconds, I think, BC was laughing the whole damn time. And Savage was not making it any better from what BC said later. He's just like adding to it. Like, it's like walking up to a prostitute and paying her to give you a hug. And then it's like going to McDonald's and ordering a salad. And then BC's like, I'm dying! It's just like laughing and laughing. You can definitely tell he needed that laugh.
Wait, who was the prostitute in this situation?
No one.
It's a metaphor.
Oh, okay.
Also, wait. So that very episode, right? The one where you got the Pudgy Pig and the one we were getting BC, we didn't give him at all. That's what I thought.
And also, yes, let's not forget all the fumbling with stuff like the Terrano Sentry and Space Silver, shit like that.
God damn it! look what you did!
Technically
Oh
speaking,
my
that's
god!
named.
He killed BC! Oh my god! He killed BC!
Aladar inherits.
Oh, no one's
his
gonna care about
collection
the.
now.
Oh, no one's gonna care about the fact that Savage died too. Oh, I see how it is.
Oh my god! He killed a savage too!
Oh, it's too late now.
Well, I mean,
It's
you
okay,
always kill yourself.
Savage.
You're always killing yourself anyway with the Imperial March.
Which, with that said, I don't think we did that yet.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun,
Just keeled over.
just fucking straight up dies.
That's another great moment. Anytime we have that go down.
Yes.
You
And like,
want to know the best moment though? You want to know the best moment?
What?
The moment they announced Lightning Collection RPM. Wait, did that ever happen?
Oh, my head.
Or was it Mystic Force? I can't remember.
Oh,
What is Mystic Force?
get out of here.
or was it the moment that they announced Dino Thunder Black and Yellow?
Oh.
Did I also mention Squad and Babu? Wait,
we also-
no. It was the green and white Ranger Power Morpher.
But did we also mention In Space Silver?
Or light
No,
speed.
we mentioned Lightspeed.
What's my
serious-
speed?
Lightning Collection Titanium Ranger.
Let me stop this a second. Marvelous. Are you being genuine?
Yes.
I don't even know what he said.
He was asking what Mystic Force, Lightspeed, all that was. Those are generations of Power Rangers.
I've never seen any.
Go do some research, you hippie.
Why are you here?
Just refer to my previous comment.
The one thing you're
Okay.
missing right now is a red nose, you fucking clown.
You need a paper
sorry,
bag,
sorry,
Savage.
sorry.
You're
sorry.
good. Good.
I forgot. Sorry. I said sorry. I said sorry. I said fucking sorry.
There you go, Aladar.
Thank you, but seriously, you're good. Not doing anything like the motherfucker that shall not be named did.
By the way, maybe it's wanted to join in on the fun.
Yeah. Oh no, he did.
Oh, no, they did. That's another great moment. The most savages went, oh, he did.
Oh, he
no,
did.
He did. Oh,
Oh,
no.
he did.
Oh, on another great moment. When I had spent the entire stream dressed up as Spider-Man.
Knockoff Spider-Man.
And then Aladar said, like, after BC tried to shoot me, or I can't remember if he actually did or if he missed because of my spider agility, Aladar said, he got Uncle Ben.
Oh hell no.
Oh, great.
That was messed up.
He got the Gwen Stacy effect.
Oh,
Oh!
oh.
Shots fired! No pun intended.
So, to address maybe it's his comment here, so far from what I've seen, I've enjoyed it, but I haven't seen all of it. But then again, I generally get more excited for prequel era stuff.
Also,
I can hear
No
BC
spoilers.
all the way.
no spoilers, or I will send you to Jesus.
Guys, I can hear BC dying of laughter all the way over here.
Good. I don't care.
Seriously, take note of this. He is echoing through noise-canceling headphones. He is dying so hard.
I can hear now.
BC, shut the fuck up and breathe.
It's not my fault they broke her back like that.
Ah.
Okay, I think it's time for you to go to the Shadow Realm.
I don't know. With how hard Josh is or BC is laughing, I don't think he's going to be able to.
You good?
Gwen Stacy's gonna pull off a Thriller move.
Oh.
Oh, I get it. Okay. I was like, what? Oh,
Yeah.
I get it. I got that one.
What do
Oh
you
my
got
God.
against her? Seriously. So, you good?
Oh my God.
But he's forgets. I made the exact same jokes, Eleanor.
Oh
I'm
my
just asking,
God.
what do you guys got against Gwen Stacy? She was
Okay. First things first. In member order. Speaking of Star Wars, who's enjoying Obi-Wan Kenobi? Loving it.
Never seen it.
loving it.
Member order. Shush. Aladar.
Loving it, like I said.
Loving it so far, but also missing. There's still some issues.
Sorry. Take my hair.
Bees.
I am enjoying it. I especially loved. Okay, those of us in this episode.
No. Stop.
What? I was going to ask.
We're not caught up.
Okay, that answered my question. Okay, I loved some. I'm not going to go into specifics, but I liked some flashbacks they had in this previous episode.
Okay.
I loved it.
All right, now you. Marvelous.
Marvelous.
Haven't seen it.
Okay.
Still haven't seen Book of Boba Fett either.
Now, entirely because Savage over here.
Emotional damage.
I don't.
Emotional damage.
Anyways, we are officially hitting the hour and 20-minute mark. Let's try and wrap this up a little bit. So at this point, I would definitely say this is a bit more of the after party area, which means it's chaos now.
I just realized there's a question I'm pointing over to BC, have yet to answer. You did not answer the stale question.
Yeah, what do you think of franchise staleness?
I think we've been dealing with it long enough, and we just kind of accepted it. We haven't, as much as we pissed, moan, and complain about it, we're still giving money.
I never got a chance to give my input on it.
Okay, what do you think of franchise staleness?
I'm starting to feel burnt out on Transformers shows because it's like the Netflix Transformers series. It was just, it did have some moments that were cool, like Teletran 1 or the Arc transforming. That was admittedly cool, but the voice acting ranged from okay to decent to complete. Just
Dog shit.
yeah. And then the Combiner Wars series, even with some A-lister voice actors on there, like Mark Hamill was even in it. Mark Hamill is one of the greatest voice actors out there, yet the voice acting for his character was shit. Which that got me realizing after watching that show that what makes a show's acting the best is having a good voice director. Clearly, the voice director didn't know what the fuck he was doing or what he wanted, because I think honestly the only good voice actor in that series was Peter Cullen, because no one knows how to be Optimus Prime like Optimus Prime himself. Then before that, they had the Honest Trailers voiceover guy, in the first season as Optimus Prime. So the worst thing about him voicing Optimus Prime is I was just expecting him to just break character and just suddenly say boobs or something like that, whatever Honest Trailers guy says most often. All I know is that he says boobs a lot.
You sound like a guy.
Oh, hey! In the audience, we have
False Convoy!
Hey!
I don't know if franchise staleness is what I'm thinking it is since I just joined. G1 is fucking boring now, and everything is trying to be G1. I wish they would just make something new or revisit other stuff.
You're on my level.
I feel like ever since, I feel like everything after Transformers Prime has just been shit. Robots in Disguise 2015, I tried to get into it, but it's just the voice acting is okay, the voice acting is okay, I guess. The animation style, like the CG, cell shaded, whatever. I just feel like the human characters based beast.
He's saying he agrees with your thing, and it's
Yeah,
a
like-
fact basically.
Yeah, I don't like the cell shaded CGI. I mean, like if it was a different series, then I guess I wouldn't have minded it. I mean, since it was a follow up or whatever to Transformers Prime, I was kind of hoping it would have been just like Transformers Prime in tone, at the very least. But then, like, just the one thing that I can't get over is like how poorly animated the human characters' faces seem. It's just, like watching, like watching puppets, like watching puppets try to emote. And it's just, oh no, it's
Okay, so if anything, I think a false convoy needs to get his ass in here.
yes.
He's
And then there's a new. I keep forgetting there's a new Transformers series that's about to debut.
First mark.
I was gonna say, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, like some new Nickelodeon Transformers cartoon is going to debut. When does that even debut? And who's even in the voice cast?
Don't know, and maybe as we're not saying that, we're saying get the fuck over the Sacred Toy commercial already.
Yeah, I just okay. Yeah, I don't mind. Okay, if they're gonna make new Transformers shows, just like if they're gonna make new Transformers shows, I agree with Aladar. Just please deviate away from the Sacred Toy commercial. I mean, come up with something new. I mean, we haven't had anything new since Prime. Because
Sorry, I didn't know you were still going.
Okay, yeah, Transformers Prime, and I guess since it's a continuation, Robots in Disguise, they're okay. Fair enough, False Convoy. Yeah, they obviously, yeah. The only thing G1 about that series is that the fact they had Frank Welker and Peter Cullen on there. Frank Welker was only voicing Soundwave, unless I'm mistaken. I don't know if Megatron ever appeared where Frank Welker voiced any other characters, but Peter Cullen was Optimus Prime, which I'm not going to lie, it's always a treat to hear Peter Cullen's voice come out of an animated Optimus Prime. I'm never going to get tired of that. He is Optimus Prime. I don't see anyone else being Optimus Prime, except for maybe Gary Chalk.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, maybe the kid who voiced Optimus Prime in the Netflix series. I feel like he has potential. He can do the voice, but he can't quite do his personality and just his exact way, like the way he speaks. I feel like if he could be mentored by Peter Cullen, because let's be honest, Peter Cullen ain't no spring chicken. It's going to be a sad day when I'm not going to go any further into this. You guys probably know what I'm talking about. So if we want to have the voice of Optimus Prime, as we all remember it, to live on, we got to find somebody who can take up the mantle and someone who's been mentored by him.
If you're done,
almost. Yeah, I feel like they're running out of creative ideas for a new Transformers series, so I feel like they should just take a break from making Transformers series, focus on some movies. I like the Bumblebee movies. Yeah, I like what they're doing, the Bumblebee movie and what they're doing with. I'm looking forward to Rise of the Beast. So focus on live action or maybe even animated movies, maybe some comics and video games, but just please take a break from the shows, please. I'm sure most of us could use a break from it.
What I was going to go into, not to make you wait a little bit longer, Marcus here. But what I was going to say is, if you absolutely have to stick with the sacred one, go back to this or just stop and go back to experimenting. Like, I'm not willing to take anything else at this point.
If I may say what I was gonna say really quickly, Josh, because I know the time is getting long. I agree with what Bees was saying earlier, but what I was gonna say was, I think with the upcoming animated film that is coming out next year about the origins of Optimus Prime and Megatron, I think it would be really interesting to possibly see a series follow up to that movie. Because especially if it takes place on Cybertron, I think we need something that would be more focused in that sort of like atmosphere instead of just Earth every single time. Because I feel like that's the issue that's sort of becoming with these new TV shows that is coming out, is it always has to be on Earth and not really Cybertron. In my opinion.
Addressing the comment down here, you have a point there, and also bouncing off of Marvelous, bearing in mind the time crunch here, we can have good series taking place on Earth. It's literally just people won't let anything happen besides nostalgia bait.
Hi.
So here's the thing. I don't think that we need to be replicating Peter Cullen. I don't. Is it awesome to have Optimus Prime sound like Peter Cullen? Yes, obviously.
It's always a treat.
Do we need it? No. No, we don't. And that's where I'm going to end it right there. If that is something that your fragile little STC mind cannot handle, then I'm going to, everybody bear with me. I'm going to teach them. I'm going to teach them something very important. It's called flipping the bird to how you feel. We're going to move on with what we want. We're going to do what we want. We're going to enjoy what we want. And if you don't like it, piss off.
Also, just before it gets confused, I don't think this was a direct stab at you, this boyo. He's just saying that in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm merely saying this in general. By the way, this boyo, hi, boyo. I don't know who you are. I appreciate the comment. But given we've had many other instances where just random people we didn't know, like personally know, pop in there and just kind of start
starting shit
talking, we really don't know whether or not to discuss on your comment yet. So we appreciate you. Mm-hmm. We definitely appreciate you. But just try not to take offense to the fact that if we barely address your comment. That's all I'm saying.
At the end of the day, be it Star Wars, Pokemon, Transformers, Power Rangers, you STC zealots are going to kill the franchises. And honestly, I'm welcoming it at this point. Let it fucking die just so you piss ants will finally fucking learn.
Pokemon. Yeah, when you mentioned Pokemon, that's what I wanted to bring up as well.
Yeah, they have to shoehorn the original 151 in, or it's not going to do well, and it's just like, so what?
This is definitely a very good point on False's point.
Okay.
Because being afraid to go for a unique angle is another thing that's gonna kill the franchise.
For Optimus, we need more voice actors like Gary Chalk, yes, and as well as David Kaye. Think about how unique his performance was. You don't see anything like that anymore where it's a young, inexperienced Optimus. No, it's always the more experienced one. Which, yes, again, it's always an auditory treat to hear Peter Cullen, but we don't always need him. That's not us disrespecting him, but still, we don't always need him. So, being as BC looks like he's getting tired, I'm going to ask, shall we sign things off and give what the next topic is going to be?
Not yet. Because, at this point, everybody still has a bunch they want to talk about, so I'm going to let it go for a little while.
Oh, then I apologize for that. What does everyone else want to bring to the table?
I didn't.
I don't have much to say anymore either.
All right. Well, the next initiation will be starting after this, just to let everybody know. Marvelous. Hope you're ready this time. The lack of unique approach, I think, is an issue with the entire franchise as a whole, from the toys to the voice acting to the shows themselves.
Yeah. Why are you afraid to talk, Kamen Rider Mebius?
Why? You're always welcome here.
Yeah.
Was it? Oh, I think he got scared because of you vanished earlier, and the whole second in command thing popped up. I think he was like, "Now I'm scared." He said that earlier a while back.
That was referring to everyone actually in here. The comment section is fine.
No, dude, you're fine. You're fine. Just I needed to blow off some steam real quick. You're good.
Yeah.
That
Not
I
your
actually have steaks marinating in the kitchen right now, so I had to go check on those and make sure that the meat was absorbing the actual sauce.
Yeah,
So,
so you're good.
Hey, cooking with BC possibly in the future?
Maybe.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Cooking with BC, kind of like the YouTube channel that's I guess a spin-off from the Tipsy Bartender. Definitely not gourmet. I love watching his videos because, in addition to the food that he comes up with is interesting, at the same time, just the obnoxious shit he says is hilarious. I'm just like, what the fuck, dude? It's so
I'm
entertaining.
afraid people are going to get mad if I say, how about a show with just Rodimus Prime as a leader? Well, see, here's the thing. If they're going to do that, shut up, Eleanor. If they're going to do that, they have to have one specific thing with Rodimus, and there's just this one thing. This one thing will make the entire show worth it. Shut up, Eleanor. This will make the entire show worth it. He needs to have a goddamn desk.
Also, Rodimus himself has to not be a whiny bitch like he was in the Sacred One.
But mostly the desk.
Yes. That
Can I
being
just
said, that would actually be relatively interesting. It would be an experimental take on things. Go ahead,
Exactly.
Marvelous.
Give Rodimus Prime a chance to actually redeem himself here in the States. I would love to see that.
Can I just say Lost Light TV series, anyone?
No.
That would be pretty interesting.
No, for one sole reason. He does not have a goddamn desk.
They can give him a goddamn desk.
And they can bring in Autobot Megatron, too.
No. Focus on Rodimus Prime.
But
And
seriously,
the goddamn desk.
something like that would be an experimental take. The only redemption Rodimus has really gotten in the States is Energon and Animated, and that's not much.
I'd like to point out, every single time I say goddamn desk, he just kind of goes, what?
You clearly have not seen Headmasters.
No, he has not seen the Japanese series, and that alone just goes to show he needs to be educated at some point, which we will do. We will do. It's not now. All I'm going to say is you will never understand why it's so fucking funny to me. But goddamn, if I do not see G1 Rodimus behind a goddamn desk, the whole show is a fail.
Why is it so funny to you?
Rodimus,
Yeah, what's this about him having a desk?
like an OVA. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Something very short and easy to digest.
To answer the question you guys are asking, which if I understood it correctly, because too many voices at once, why is it so funny that Rodimus has a desk, right?
He and I were watching the Headmasters, him for the very first time, me my second time. And obviously that was one of the things I didn't remember because, I was still very much on the I hate Rodimus train. I wasn't willing to socially accept anything else. Well, since I'm a little bit more open-minded these days, when we sat down and I was giving it a rewatch, and the moment Rodimus Rodimus sat his ass down in that desk and started pointing fingers and saying, all right, I need you to do this. I need you to do this. I was dying. He was confused as shit as to why I was dying, and I looked literally right at him and I went, because Rodimus Prime has a goddamn desk.
That's for a future project I'm not going to say anything else about, but let's just say, goddamn desk.
So now, if we're going to get that Rodimus series, I'm all for it. But I'll tell you right now, if he does not have the goddamn desk, I'm going to be pissed as hell, and I will immediately say it's a fail.
Give him the goddamn desk and give him a goddamn different design.
IDW design.
If they don't bring in the desk, would you like him to mention the desk?
It's
No,
not the same.
it has to be there.
Exactly.
He's goddamn desk.
Oh, and his computer has to be a bot.
Goddamn.
No.
Get out of here. Get out
No.
of here.
You know
Or
what?
you-
You know what? Mama's fucking.
No.
Take your shit, Bob, and get out of here.
Hi, Felicia. Oh, hi, Felicia.
Ba weep, grana weep, ninny bong.
Hello there.
Okay, well,
You seem ready to wrap things up, so before you do, next topic.
the next topic, I really hope the comment section is listening to us on this one. So, guys, if you're in there, please speak up. We're going to need you guys to really be more effective with us this time.
Yep.
Because next week's topic is the first ever live Q&A of the Scrapyard.
Oh.
Anything you want to know about us, anything that the crew members want to know about each other, anything at all, it happens next Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys have any questions at all, something for me, something for Aladar, something for the Savage, something for Bees, and maybe something for Marvelous, depending on how well he does tonight. Hell, even False.
Yeah.
Even whatever other special guests we end up having.
Something for Avenging Tragedy. He's hardly around, but we can still allow him to participate.
Just any question.
Any questions whatsoever? Yes! Yes, Mebius. Yes. A Q&A.
Uh-huh.
It's going to happen. It's actually going to happen.
But for next time, not right now. Just
Not right
whenever-
now. Not right now. No. Not
That's
right now.
next week.
This is next week. So with
My
that said,
question
guys,
is, what is
this
that?
is your final chance to get anything that you want to say out of your system right now. Because this is it. This is the end.
So
Fuck the STC.
Let the man talk.
Sorry.
I was gonna say, so we done? We good?
It sounded like Marvelous was trying to say something. Now you're
So-
going to kiss the air? All right, cool. All right, so with that said, guys,
Ow.
I've been BC.
I've been Aladar.
The Savage.
Flaming Bees.
Marvelous Prime.
We will catch you guys next week.
Peace.
Hopefully.